Welcome back, Gators, to the Who's at the Gates podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix, and we have the lovely Diana, and we are about to do 4 scenes today from the Beyond the Gates show, and also a steal to discuss some things. And definitely there is a lot to discuss, a lot of our predictions. Diana and I, you might as well call us modern day Nostradamuses, because the things we talk about, they seem to be coming true. Diana, do you have anything to say before we get started?
Make me a writer. Make me a writer on the show. That's it.
Oh boy. All right. So this is on Nicole right now, but it's about to transition to the pre-birthday dinner with Izaiah, Eva, Leslie, and Ted. So let's go ahead and get to it.
Are you sure it wasn't trying to tell you that you want Ted back?
Oh, dear God, he's serving us mac and cheese. We could have gone to the gas station for this.
This is my homemade truffle macaroni and cheese. It took me a while to figure out the perfect blend of Gruyere and Havarti.
Babe, when I said I wanted mac and cheese, I wasn't expecting anything elaborate.
And you won't be getting it here.
I was planning on doing a lobster mac and cheese, but then I remembered your dad's shellfish allergy. So I figured why not add some truffle paste to bump it up, you know? Make it a little more extravagant for the occasion.
Okay, damn, Isaiah, come on, you did this, all right? This is very impressive. You can cook.
How'd you get interested in cooking?
When I was going through some rough times in high school, I had a friend, more of a mentor, really. And one of the many things he taught me was how to cook.
Okay, well, from the taste of it, that mentor must have been a chef. And I bet that your mama is just a little bit upset that you can outcook her.
You don't know that's the case.
There's no way that anybody as uptight as Darlene Hawthorne can throw down in the kitchen, all right? I'm sure her spices are even scared of her.
Mama, please don't disrespect Isaiah's mother in front of him.
Why are you defending that woman after she insulted you the way that she did?
I can't imagine Darlene being insulting. What'd she say?
Well, she described our daughter as the spawn of Satan.
Oh, I think that's progressive of her, assuming Satan is a woman.
Well, she was probably referring to your devilish ass streaks.
Okay, eat up, everyone. There's plenty. Oh, and y'all are gonna love what I made for dessert.
The combined hotness.
Okay. This scene was definitely a trip to me.
Can you just like a scene where the cold mac and cheese is in view?
Right there, or while he's holding it?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. That's all fine. Do you see how half of it doesn't even look melted? I think there's a whole block of cheese in that. Listen, I don't agree with Leslie a lot, but we could have gotten this at the gas station. We could have opened up a box of Annie's mac and cheese, and I think we would have had the same result. Props to Izaiah for trying. Listen, I would love a man to cook me dinner, but I also would have been like, no broccoli on the side? No, like, I don't know, soup maybe? Like a tomato soup on the side? You just get constipation. I don't know what his theme was for this dinner, other than just here's a blob of mac and cheese. Look, he only has like 7 pieces on his. He has 7 pieces of pasta on his plate compared to what Eva has, compared to what Leslie has. So I even think he's just like, you know what? This probably wasn't my best.
This is what Eva requested, though. She wanted mac and cheese for her birthday. So I guess maybe there were more parts to the dinner, but this was the main part, because I'm guessing mac and cheese is like her favorite dish.
You are an Izaiah fan. You know, we all have Gators. Just remember that Casey likes Izaiah.
Izaiah can do no wrong.
We're not getting vegetables. We're not getting our fiber, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I say that. No, it's fine. Master Chef. Leslie should have just gotten her purse out and been like, "I'm doing DoorDash, y'all. I can't with this.
I mean, the
We need some
macaroni and
appetizers."
cheese had to be good because Leslie said it was good, and we know how Leslie is. If it wouldn't have been good, I honestly believe Leslie would have been like, "Okay, Izaiah, you try, but we about to order some food."
True. I do think it was good. Like, my thing is, I would have a mac and cheese recipe from you. They're not hard to come by. Like, the technique is not that hard to execute. But you know what? Whatever. Happy birthday, Eva. I hope it's everything you wanted.
Yeah, I think this was cute for what it was. The Leslie and Ted dynamic is always funny to me because Leslie just keeps on shooting her shot, and Ted's like, "Nope, I'm good." Even though low key, I still think Ted has feelings for Leslie. I really, really do. I just don't think he's able to admit it to himself, though. That's why I think I told you he grants her grace because of the things that she's been through, and he also feels somewhat responsible. But another reason I believe he grants her grace is because he has feelings for her. That's where I'm at. And it's like, here we are at this dinner, and this is the first dinner let me rephrase, the first birthday that they both were in attendance for Eva at the same time, which is pretty cool. And it was funny because Leslie was giving Izaiah the side eye for being there when she walked through the door. Like, wait a second, I thought this was going to be just us three since it was a special event. But Eva's like, no, I want Izaiah here. I want the people I care about most. So I like that. But I think it was nice, but definitely I do feel you where it would have been even better if he came out with a whole meal and you just see dishes everywhere, where it's like, oh wow, he really did it up in this kitchen.
I mean, you bring up a good point. Ted is useless, right? That is a good point.
Budget. Maybe all we could afford for budget was macaroni and cheese to do this
Maybe.
scene.
No. But you bring up a good point. Ted is useless. I think he's enabling Leslie to believe like, oh look, this is a close knit family. Because in another universe, this could definitely be, like young married couple having dinner with wife's parents, right? This is something I think Leslie would dream of, and I think she was so eager to kind of show this off too, like them as a family unit wanting to go out and going out for dinner. Thank God she didn't get her way. But yeah, I mean, I think there's just a lot happening. You have Leslie talking about his mom. You have Ted who's just doing nothing. Eva who has low standards, and Izaiah who carried this dinner on his back apparently. So.
Well, I will say this, and I'm calling it now. There will be a proposal before the year is over with.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm calling it now. So mark it down. I'm calling it now. There will be a proposal before this year is over with. So let's see. What is the next one? Hold on. Okay, so Nicole and Vanessa, 1804. All right. So we're about to go to Nicole and Vanessa having their conversation about Ted. And Vanessa's like, you need to go ahead and do what you have to do. And Nicole's like, well, I don't know about that. All right. 1804. Great. Let's go.
You are the queen of keeping things casual and non-exclusive these days, so why not have a one-night stand with Ted just to get him out of your system?
For a million different reasons. It would mess up the friendship that we're starting to build. Ted and Shanice are in a relationship and they seem really happy. Plus, sleeping with two men who work at Garland is scandalous enough. 3 would turn me into the hospital hoe.
I'm quite sure there are plenty of people vying for that title.
Most importantly, I have no interest in having sex with Ted. Outside of my brain gaslighting me on our anniversary, the thought of it it's repulsive.
I am so glad we're friends again. I would hate to miss out on deep conversations like this.
You know you're crazy, right?
Which is why you love me.
Make a wish, baby.
All right. So this friendship, I am glad that they are friends because Vanessa is that friend where she will mostly tell you the truth. That's one thing I've noticed. Like Vanessa pretty much says what's on her mind to Nicole. I haven't seen Vanessa like just being fake and phony all the time or anything like that. And Nicole does need someone like that. And Vanessa's telling Nicole, like, girl, you want to jump this man's bones. You in denial right now. You talking about you don't want to be with him. It's like, who are you trying to convince right now? Because it sounds like you're trying to convince yourself, but you yet and still you having fantasies with this man. And I can understand Nicole not wanting to be the hospital hoe. I get that, even though some people might already be calling her that because two doctors in the same hospital. I'm not judging, but other people might be. So yeah, she just needs to go ahead and sleep with Ted and get it over with, is how I feel about it. But we've called this. We called it, what, yesterday's when we did the episode before that, where we were like, what if Nicole ends up making Ted part of the rotation? So Diana, you got it.
Oh my God, not the rotation. Yeah, I mean, no, but question for you. Is Nicole the hospital hoe?
Not off of sleeping with two men, because to me, that's not a lot. And again, that's subjective because I've heard people say that sleeping with one person and you're not like, let me rephrase. I've heard people say that if you have a one night stand with someone and you're not in a relationship with them, that makes you a hoe. That is some people's idea. So it based off of those standards, someone might say that Nicole is. So another person might say if you're sleeping with more than one person at a time, meaning that, okay, you have this person and then you have this person and you're dealing with them both simultaneously, but at different times, that makes you a hoe because you're not able to commit to one person. For me, in order for you to, I don't even like the word hoe when it comes to things like this because hoes get paid. Slut is the more appropriate word. Is what, if we're being honest, because I remember a girl who I know who used to be an escort back in the day, and she said, first of all, I'm not a slut. She's like, hoes get paid, and she said, and really, I'm not a hoe. I'm a businesswoman, is what she had said. So it's like Nicole's not getting paid for anything. So technically, if we were looking at a derogatory term, it would be the term slut. But no, I don't think she's a slut. I just think she's exploring her sexuality. If you've been married to a man for 20 years and that's the only man that you've had sexually, then once you get a divorce, it's only natural to be like, okay, well, was I missing out on something? That's just human nature. I'm not judging her for that. But back to you.
God, I almost wish she was getting paid at this point for Carlton at least. But yeah, I think even this, right? Nicole still is like very self-conscious about like, oh no, not another man. I mean, technically it's been three men at the same hospital. That's where I kind of go back and forth on because I think Nicole could do with expanding her roster. You know, Vanessa's right there. She has a Rolodex of numbers, you know, like she's getting kind of the same people. And I don't think she's like really exploring, right? It's still kind of within her comfort zone, which is like these professionals, you know, like high earning professionals, very educated, one would say like high quality.
You want more of a controlled environment, is basically people who are vetted. This is what they specialize in, so on and so forth. I'm not mad at that.
Well, no, I think she should just, I don't know, like, what about an engineer at this point? Why does it have to be a doctor? What about, I was going to say a lawyer, but we don't want that because it's going to be Ted or something, knowing this show. Here's the thing. Nicole is a highly educated, highly successful woman. I'm not saying that she should go out with a 21-year-old with a libido. I'm just saying, like, maybe not the hospital. Like, just let's move on from this being your entire world, not only your romantic life, your personal life even with family, right? Because her mom was in and out of this hospital, but work life, like we need some separation. If she really wants to grow, I think it's away from this hospital where her whole life has been dedicated. And that means moving on from Ted too. Even though she's gonna go back to Ted, I think that means getting away from Ted too. But
low key, I wouldn't be mad if all of the connections fell apart to a certain degree, and she ended up in a situation where someone got her a matchmaker without her knowing. Like Danny was like, you know what, sissy, this is not working. It seems like all the connections have kind of fallen apart. So I did this for you. I want you to meet such and such and do that, or either like an ambush, like I brought such and such for you to meet. Just give it a chance. And then Nicole dates somebody totally different where they introduce a new character to the show. I would love something like that.
Someone fun, someone that can like just take her out of her head, not Carlton.
Yeah, we don't like Carlton at all. Not on any day of the week, not during the weekend, not on Sunday. So yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and hit the next scene right quick. What are we hitting next? Oh, Vanessa and Leslie. Okay, so this is 20, if I can see, 28:55. All right, let's go to 28:55. Come on. 28:50. There we go. All right, let's roll it.
Well, this is special running into you here, us both alone. And now we can share a chat and a treat.
Before you get too comfortable, Leslie, I'm here with Nicole.
Are you afraid that your bestie is going to feel some type of way about you bonding with her rival?
I wouldn't put it like that.
You're a good friend, Vanessa. And I can see why Nicole values you so much.
Thank you. I try. Will Marcel be joining you?
Oh, he's not really the country club type. And even though we have a lot of fun, tonight reminded me that he is not my forever babe. Not that I needed a reminder.
Oh, sounds like a lot's changed since we last spoke. What did Marcel do that turned you off?
Oh, he didn't do a thing. Blame it on timing. I just spent the evening with the only man that is ever going to truly matter to me, Ted.
All right, I was trying to find a good one because I could have thought where I guess that works for me. Okay. Do you want to take this one?
Yeah, well, I have a question. Does she go more into, like, after the scene, does she explain what happened with Ted, or does she just, like, this was it? I can't remember, but...
Yeah, there's another scene after this one while they're still talking, and she's explaining, like, how they spent the time together and all this other stuff, and Ted is the one, the whole usual delusion that happened with Leslie and Ted. And then, like, but we just need to make sure other people aren't getting in the way type stuff. And yeah.
Thank you. That's when I was like, wait, there's something more here. Yeah, I mean, there's more delusion here. I mean, you really can't give her an inch at all because she just starts shooting for the stars with her daydreams. And then they're like, why would Leslie, like, she's a villain. this is your op, people. You need to lock in. You can't give her any grace. She's obviously delusional and she has no social like awareness. So any kindness that you show her is just gonna backfire on you guys. So I don't know. I think this is like you know what? This is like yesterday we talked about DC characters. Today I'm gonna do another one. This is like the Joker and Batman. Batman doesn't kill the Joker, right? The Joker is just out there terrorizing the citizens of Gotham. Like he's just out there every night with his laughing gas, with his, murder. Batman like stops him and puts him in timeout, but then he eventually gets out, right? Like he is only doing this like as the Joker's only doing this as like a cat and mouse sort of situation, right? So you can almost say that by the Batman not putting an end to the Joker, the Batman is enabling for everybody in Gotham to be terrorized by this man, whether it be because got infected by some poison that he put in the air, or I don't know, he stole someone's car. Now you have to pay premiums on your insurance. This is all because Batman's enabling him. And this is the Duprees to Leslie, which is they're just enabling him. And primarily Ted, because Ted is still going to Leslie's going to come out with oh, but we're a family and this is what our daughter wants. No, it doesn't. No, whatever. Eva could have done without it. But there Ted goes, trying to save the day by doing nothing. You can't give them an inch. You really can't. You can't give these villains an inch.
I will say this. I like that Vanessa and Leslie are somewhat cool now. And for Vanessa, I think her and Leslie might end up getting closer if there's a caveat on this. If Leslie doesn't hurt Nicole.
I mean, she already did.
Shenanigan.
She already did, and that's what makes this more terrible. I thought Vanessa was down, and you're right. I forgot that I was gonna say, Vanessa's always very supportive of what Nicole does and doesn't want her to be held back by traditional norms, but it does look like they're getting friendly. And this is their op. This is a woman who gleefully destroyed their lives. It would be one thing if she came in and was I didn't want to do this, but enough's enough. I wanted, you to meet your daughter. You try to take my agency away however many years ago by trying to make me get an abortion, but I have to live my truth now. This is your daughter, right? No, she was just Ted is my man. He was cheating on you, honey. She just comes in. So this is I don't think there's really an excuse for Vanessa to be friends with Leslie, other than Vanessa wants the validation of a non-traditional, love affair that the Duprees really can't give her because they're judgmental as hell.
Yeah, well, I think it's not just that. I also believe that due to what Vanessa has been through with Joey and how people sort of cast Vanessa to the side, that has created more empathy within Vanessa when it comes to Leslie, where it's okay, I've sort of been the pariah now. I see what she's kind of going through, regardless of whether it was self-inflicted or not by Leslie. I still believe there's a level of empathy there that has been unlocked due to the experiences that Vanessa has been having with her situation with Joey. So I totally get it. I say that moving forward, because again, Leslie is saying during this episode, people need to stay out of the way. So that implies that if someone gets in the way, Leslie may do something to move them out of the way. If that something hurts Nicole, whether it be physically or otherwise, I believe that's when Vanessa and Leslie will have a problem. If Leslie is somehow able to maneuver and not hurt Nicole in the process, I think her and Vanessa will become really cool over time. That's just my thoughts on it. So, yeah, I guess what's the next scene? Hold on. Oh, that scene. Yeah, we need to get to that scene. What is that? 33:44. Okay, so let's jump to 33:44 right quick. And well, 33:42. It'll transition.
As long as certain other people stop getting in the way.
Yeah, I was at a pre-birthday dinner for Eva, which meant spending the evening with Dana.
I thought the two of you were getting along these days.
We are, for the most part, but she was particularly out of control tonight. I needed to clear my head, so I went for a jog.
Looks more like you ran a marathon.
Yeah, I did go pretty hard. Nicole? Are you okay? You seem a little flushed.
So much for keeping your pre.
So the situation is not getting better. Okay, what do you think?
I tell ya. I'm trying to go back. Okay, hold on. Is that? No. Because yeah, she was definitely looking him up and down. It's just like Ted was sweating in front of her, and in that moment, she just felt so vulnerable. Where she was like, I got to have this man right here, right now. So yeah, that's what was going on.
I think she should have just made out with that man. She should have just she would have done many women a favor. I mean, she would have put Leslie in her place. This would have been the answer that Shanice needed to be like, are you with me? Are you with me? Clearly not. Do I have a future with you? Clearly not.
Also, this would have been a thing where it's like, oh wow, like mother, like daughter, or like daughter, like mother. Because everybody wants to sleep together at the club. So they're gonna go off to the coat closet like Kat and Tomas did. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that. It's one of these things where it's like, Nicole, just quit fighting it. What's that song about Leanne Rimes? Can't fight the moonlight. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I've told you they're probably getting back together. I feel like they're setting that up. And if anything, at the least, setting it up to where eventually Nicole will not be able to hold back anymore. And actually, just a larger point overall, things like this make it worse. When you try to suppress your feelings on something and you don't act on them, and then especially if it's physical stuff and you have a connection with someone and it's like you're around them and it's like, okay, suppressing this, but I feel this way. And they feel the same way too, where if you decided to make a move, they would be like, hell yeah. If you keep on suppressing that, it's going to get to a point where you will act no matter what the consequences are. At least if you deal with it in the moment that you're having it, you can talk it through and maybe come to an understanding. But once you hit that point where it's just all this pent up passion and emotion inside, once that comes out, you don't care about anything else. And I think that Nicole needs to at least have the conversation with Ted before it just explodes. Because again, Shanice will be collateral damage because of this.
Yeah, I agree. I think Nicole's aware enough, right? Like she gave pretty good reasons of why she just doesn't go for it. But I think it's going to be worse down the line when she tries to hide it more and more, because it's not like she has like two people telling her like this is normal.
Yeah.
No one's telling her
Well,
to stop, besides herself, really.
yeah, she's a psychiatrist too. She needs to learn how to use her words. She can sit down and have a conversation with Ted, even though I feel like it'll go to Ted's head a little bit, and then he'll see that as an opening to be like, oh, I might be able to get back in type thing. But I still believe a conversation needs to be had. That's just me. But let's wrap this up with the steal, which is at, I believe, 35.15, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see what we got here. I'm trying to get. Why can't I get a good share of them? Man, forget it. We'll just run with this picture. So with Izaiah and Eva, I'm glad that they did, like Izaiah slipped up and said, how did he say, these are the things you do when you fall in love or something like that. And
Right. Yeah,
Eva's like, oh, you love me? And she's like, that's what when I blew out my candle on my cupcake, that's what I wish for, is that you would love me and I would have the courage to say it back. And I'm just like, girl, that's really what you wish for? Okay, I guess. I mean, you got the man. There's a lot of other things you could have wished for, but we'll run with that. And then they're like, oh, Isaiah's like, do you feel the same way? Because it's like, I know it's been a short period of time and we were taking it slow and this and that or whatever. And I'm just like, man, go ahead and marry that girl. Go ahead and marry that girl. So you got it.
You're really like, we could have wrapped this up two episodes ago. Like, we've been new.
I mean, Leslie.
We don't care.
The church was booked by Leslie, so it's like.
I mean, that is true. Yeah, I mean, it's something. Okay, that's cute and all. I just. It's not that I don't care for the relationship. I just don't know if I care for Izaiah, and I'm not the
blasphemy is going on right now. Hold on, wait. What's wrong with Izaiah?
He's a yes man. I think he doesn't. He's pretty good at diffusing situations depending on who he talks to, right? But I feel like he gives lip service to whoever he's with. So if it's with, Leslie, he's not telling her like, hey, your behavior is outrageous. He's like, okay, I understand, you just gotta, like, I don't know, if it's with Kat, it's just like he gives her lip service, right? It's just never, it's like he's always towing the line. He's just whoever he speaks to, he just kind of lets them hear what they want to hear. He's not really definitive. I do think he is Team Eva, right? I do think he, cares about her and will try to protect her, but I do think he doesn't. He's a person that would say like, I'm over this drama. I'm beyond this drama, and would rather not like put himself in trouble, if that makes sense, right? Like, he's not going to say anything incriminating. He's just there.
Yeah, well, I just think he keeps a cool head. That's just me. Just like the thing with the dinner where Leslie was insulting his mother. It was kind of like he could have said something, but he just kept it cool. And actually, Eva, stood up for his mother and was like, yeah, please stop insulting Isaiah's mother in front of him. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And also, that really gave a whole in-laws dynamic as well. Like, okay, Izaiah, this is what it'll be like. Christmas dinners, Thanksgiving dinners, Easter, whatever, Mother's Day. These are the fights that'll probably be happening, especially when your mother and Eva's mother gets together. This is what we'll be dealing with. But I feel he's fully aware of that. And I think Izaiah's all in. I don't know why, but I feel like Eva might, I was getting ready to cuss. I feel like Eva might F it up. I don't know why. I feel like Eva might F it up because, yeah, I just don't know. I feel like there's something that might happen that Eva's going to, I don't know if it'll involve the law or either Tomas or something, but I just feel like Eva might F it up.
Eva tries to paint herself in an innocent light, so like I don't think she's ever gonna. Well, actually, she might have already, but again, painting herself in a better light, like she's never gonna tell him like I purposely went after her boyfriend, my stepsister's or my half sister's boyfriend, and purposely tried to sleep with him and purposely try to get him into my hotel room. But
I don't know about that.
yeah, she's never. I'm just saying, you know, she's never gonna say that. But I think what I am waiting, because I think Kat might have gotten into her head or something, or maybe into his head, which is basically like, you don't know what she's capable of. And I think when the time is going to come when Leslie is going to have to pay for her crimes and Eva as an accessory to murder and hiding evidence and all that. And I think Izaiah is going to have to realize like, oh, she did more than just, you know, try to stand by her mom. Like she was complicit in her mom's actions.
But will that really rattle him, considering that his mentor is Joey?
I don't think it will. I think it's not. This is the thing. I don't think he will care that she did it. I think he'd care that she lied about it, or lied to him, like didn't tell him about it.
Okay, I can see
right.
that.
Like he might like he's a person I could see like, okay, so you stab somebody. Okay, I listen, babe. You had to do what you had to do, but he would have been okay with it because she told him. You know, I think that's my thing. Is I think with a lot of these characters, it's all about honesty, right? What did Ashley be like? Just tell me what you did. Who did this to you? It's all about honesty and knowing information.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I still see a proposal coming. And now I'm not saying that the engagement won't be broken off, but I do see a proposal coming. And if they do get married, I will be so happy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens as this unfolds.
Yeah. To the writers, please arrest Leslie the day that Izaiah proposes.
Arrest Leslie the day of the wedding. That'll be some drama.
Ooh. And Eva.
Jacob will be the one doing the arrest, which they'll probably be the only arrest he's doing over the next year or whatever. These are minor details. All right. Gators, that's all we have for today's episode. I think this episode was a little bit shorter. We're trying to tighten it up a little bit and do it. It's just so much to talk about sometimes, and we like discussing this. But yeah, Diana, you have anything as we close out?
Yeah, just thank you for sticking with us.
Definitely appreciate it. We've been doing marketing and all types of other stuff to get our channel in front of people, and people are starting to gravitate slowly but surely to the channel. And like Diana said, we do appreciate it. So many thanks, everyone. Until next time.
Bye.